The economy is stabilizing, but there is no room for complacency. Some part of the reduction in the current account deficit comes from suppressing gold imports. This was necessary in the short run, but it is not desirable over the medium term. Similarly, not all measures to reduce the fiscal deficit are of the highest quality. But perhaps most important, I think we have to recognize the fact that we are faced with elections. A stable government post-elections cannot be taken for granted. I am hopeful that it is of high likelihood, but it cannot be taken for granted. And this implies that all parties have to work together today to ensure that any government that emerges post-election has the time to come to terms with the challenges of managing the Indian economy. Otherwise, markets and rating agencies may not be willing to cut the new government much slack. More generally, it would be overly complacent and possibly dangerous for parties to postpone necessary legislation with the idea of passing these bills post-election. Post-election politics may become even more challenging, whoever assumes power. Similarly, any slowdown in putting large stalled projects back on track before elections or any additional fiscal slippage will only amplify the large challenges that the new government will have to face. It will benefit the nation enormously if Parliament passes key bills and if current authorities take actions to improve growth and fiscal health, including raising diesel prices to market levels and eliminating other poorly targeted subsidies. This conclave, however, is about the medium term, not about the short run. Looking to the medium term, I would argue that the primary measure of success going forward should be the jobs that are created in the economy. Jobs created not by giving government subsidies or increasing government employment, or by giving protection to labor-intensive industries or sectors, but by developing a facilitating, competitive environment that will encourage efficiency and creativity. This job agenda requires a disciplined focus on 4 issues. First, it is obvious, and it has been said before by previous speakers, Secretary Mayaram and Minister Chidambaram, we have to improve the quality of our infrastructure, especially the logistical support and power that industry and services need. We have important plans on the anvil today. One of the biggest infrastructure projects, in fact, the biggest in India's history, is the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor. $93 billion worth, enormous project connecting Delhi and Mumbai, building many cities in between, high-speed rail links and road links. This will be an enormous boost to industry and services, but we need to complete the project on time and within cost. The success of the New Delhi Metro suggests that timeliness and cost control are not beyond our means. A second important part of the jobs agenda is education and training for the jobs that will be created. Our youth need higher degrees, not just in computer science, but also in design, in architecture, in civil engineering. They also need not just higher degrees, but also vocational education. We need many more good plumbers, good electricians, good craftsmen, good workmen, and sometimes we need more of these than unemployable, low-skilled engineers.